Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege is a team-based 5v5 tactical FPS with a heavy focus on dynamic map destruction. Released on December 1st, 2015, this game has yielded 9 years and 33 seasons of content for its player base. With a wide cast of 72 unique operators, you are tasked to create a team either to attack a map from the outside to seize the objective, or defend the objective from the inside by reinforcing the map to slow down the attackers. Each operator brings their own twist to the round, whether it be a unique gadget they employ, such as ceramic chest plates to increase team health, or an exothermic charge used to cut through and explode metal walls, or the arsenal of weapons at their disposal, ranging from blazing fast assault rifles to punishing shotguns and bulletproof riot shields. Hi, my name is FrostTFG, and today you are wondering what it takes to start playing Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege in 2024. The reason why I want to make this video today is I've been lurking on the r/Siege Academy subreddit for a while now, and I've been seeing a lot of users posting things about I'm new to Siege, how could I get better, which operator should I buy, I can't get out of copper, every gunfight I take I get headshot, and I always have a few pieces of advice to really start as a baseline for those new players. This game has an almost infinitesimal skill ceiling, and every single day players are learning new ways to win their rounds. Today I will be showing you a couple of tips and tricks, tactics that new players can use. This game is extremely difficult to master, so take your time, be patient, and let's get right into it. So the very first thing is defense. On defense, you are trying to stop the attackers from planting the diffuser on one of two bomb sites. Here we are on Oregon. We got bomb site A and bomb site B, and we are spawning upstairs. A good starting point when you first start playing Siege is to dig in deep and try and figure out what each operator brings to the table. There are countless videos online. I might even do one in the future. If I have one, I will link it down in the description below, and you can check that out there. As soon as you grasp which operators do what and how they can compete against other operators, you're going to have a much better time at choosing what you want in certain situations and how you want to attack or defend certain parts of the map. However, there are a couple of very good baseline operators that are simple and bring a lot to the table without a lot of effort. Low skill ceiling, easy to deal with, easy to learn. The first of which on the defender side is Mute. Mute is a defending operator from the SAS with several different options for weapons. The first is his Mossberg shotgun, which can do good destruction to walls and gadgets, while also doing a lot of damage from decent far away. He has a great SMG-11 secondary, fully automatic, 17 round machine pistol, and if you don't want to bring the shotgun, Mute also has a primary weapon option in the MP5K, which is a higher fire rate, lower recoil 31 round SMG. The shotgun is good for setting up sites, making breaching holes, but if you're a beginner and you just want a gun that you can handle, the MP5K is a solid choice. Mute also has the P226 pistol, which is a decent fire rate, low recoil, 16 round pistol secondary that you can use if you just want a low recoil weapon option if you're running like the shotgun, for instance. His gadget is also incredibly simple to use. Mute's gadget is an electrical jammer that when he puts it down on the ground after a short deploy time, it can capture any sort of electrical devices around its field and disable them. You can see the circle as you put one down of the range you'll get about this far out from the Mute jammer. This is really good for catching drones. This Mute has its jammer down in the middle of the room. As you approach the Mute jammer, you will begin to get this staticky signal disruption effect, and as you get closer and closer within its range, It will mute your jammer, stopping noise, stopping visual, and stopping your drone from being able to move around. That being said, you can run up and pick your drone back up, and it's good to go. Or if your drone is jammed, if you simply shoot the jammer, the drone will become active and ready to use again. The main thing you need to do while you're playing mute is to put your mute jammers in high traffic areas where you think the opponents are going to be droning from. At the very start of prep phase, you need to be putting down your 4 mute jammers around the map in certain places where the attackers' drones are going to be coming from. That way you can capture the drones and limit the information the attackers have before they start their siege. As an intel denier operator, Mute is very strong because his kit is incredibly passive. After you place down these mute jammers, it doesn't matter if you die, it doesn't matter if you're still alive. These things, as long as they're not destroyed, will jam any electronic in its radius. This applies to lion scans, Dokkaebi calls, Deimos death marks. While you're on a mute jammer, which you can see in the bottom left-hand corner, the little blue circle with the mute jammer icon, you will be protected from these gadgets. Now, a big thing to keep in mind is to not just place your mute jammer in a place that can get easily shot. Sure, this mute jammer in the middle of the doorway will catch anything out here, but someone who's sitting here can easily see it, shoot it, and then go from there, drone forward. A good rule of thumb is if you're putting it next to a doorway, putting it behind the wall. Since the signal will still go through the wall, it will block off this whole doorway and also a decent portion forward. All the way up to here, mute jammer gets jammed, and you can't see it unless you cross this doorway, which you're going to be in a line of sight from enemies here, just to destroy it. Even if you're outside, it's relatively difficult to see. This drone has to slip around the edge here, and you can see just how powerful a mute jammer on the side of the door is. It's far away, it's hard to get in with this range, and even if I were to jump through, I'm still gonna get jammed. So putting your mute jammers down in places where it can't easily get shot from, so the attackers have to work in order to clear those gadgets. Here's another good space on Oregon. Stops the push up white stairs for any drones. You can also use them to jam reinforced walls. So if I were to put one right in the middle here, anything in this circle will get jammed. Here we have a reinforced wall, and on the other end of this wall is said mute jammer. If I was a thermite and I would like to breach this reinforced wall, I'd put my thermite charge down, and it's jammed. This won't let me activate it as long as it's continued to be jammed and within that mute jammer radius. You can tell as an enemy if you're in the mute jammer radius with the red mute jammer signal at the bottom left of your screen. Again, you can pick up your gadget and it'll work just fine. However, until the enemy gets that mute jammer off the wall, that wall is going to stay closed. Depending on the hard breacher, they can still breach here, here, and here, since that's out of the jammer's signal range. You can sort of see how far this radius really is jamming. I can put a thermite charge all the way over here and it's still getting jammed. But if you're not bringing a bandit and your only option is a mute, arcade is banned off the board or something of the sort, mute is a good alternative to help with wall denial. Other than just doorways and walls, another important place to look is for drone holes that drones may enter to get intel. So this one on Oregon Attic is relatively hidden. In fact, you can go many hours through the game without even knowing that it's here. It's just behind the sheet metal, and it's easy to slip a drone in and clear out attic, see if there's any bandit batteries or anyone playing here. You can put a mute jammer just right on this wood here. It's out of sight from the window, it's out of sight from the drone hole, and it'll still get that drone hole.
EDD mounted, let them come.
So the second defending operator that I would highly recommend to brand new players is Kapkan. Kapkan is a 2-speed, 2-armor Russian defender with the 9x19 submachine gun, 30 round mags, decent damage, and relatively low recoil rate. If you want to absolutely minimize as much recoil as you can, I'd be running the vertical grip along with the flash hider to reduce the majority of the vertical recoil. Most of the guns in this game are just a simple pull straight down as you're shooting. So the vertical grip and the flash hider really help dealing with that recoil. Kapkan, like Mute, is an extremely good defensive operator for both high tier play and low tier play and beginners. Kapkan places these EE1D booby traps on the side of door frames with a laser that goes across that once an attacker breaches that laser, it will explode, doing about 60 damage to that enemy. You can put up to 5 of your Kapkan traps on either side of the doorway at any height that you desire. However, it's usually best to crouch and put them down at a level that enemies aren't going to be able to see or have to pay attention to clear. These are extremely effective traps, as once they are put down, if they're not shot or exploded, they will remain on the map to the very end of the round, meaning your gadget is passive. If you die, your traps will still be up and still have the potential to clutch out rounds. If the enemy is taking a long time to get to the site, your Kapkan traps may end up saving the round because the enemy is too rushed to get to site to expect the Kapkan trap on each door. Now, just like mute jammers, these Kapkan traps are best used when hard to see. You can deploy them at the lowest point if you crouch with C, look at the bottom of the door frame, and deploy. That will be the lowest point, making them the hardest to see. If they are up at head height, not only can they be much more easily seen, but you can also crouch underneath it and have it not explode. Another super important thing to keep in mind is to put your traps in a way that the opponent will not be able to see them. So if I put this Kapkan trap down on this door frame, anyone who's coming into this door here and swinging like this is going to have a much harder time clearing and seeing this Kapkan trap before hitting it. However, if I put it over here, this person is going to see that Kapkan trap long before he ever swings the door. You put your Kapkan trap here. The common position is for enemies to hold this stairway here or even hold from over here. So they're going to see this Kapkan trap. However, if the Kapkan trap is on this side, they're not going to see it. Over here, they're not going to see it. They have to fully swing this door just to see it. Same thing here. The enemy is coming in to clear blue bar, swinging this way, sees nothing. If you put it on this side of the wall, coming to swing, he still has a chance of not seeing. But if he unscopes and isn't swinging with his scope, he's going to see that. So just try and keep your Kapkan traps at a place and an angle where you think is going to be the most likely to hide them from an enemy player. Another trick that you can do is put up a barricade and then rip that barricade down, which then leaves this barricade remnants along the side of the door frame, which can better hide a Kapkan trap. As you can see, Kapkan trap here, it's getting blocked by some of that debris. It's harder to see. It's not always perfect, but it can be significantly more difficult to see here. One thing to keep in mind as you're playing Kapkan is don't feel like you have to be forced to the doors and the windows that the site is on. As you continue to play Kapkan and learn how to play him, how his gadgets work, and you roam around the map, you can start putting your traps on other parts of the map that you know have high traffic areas that enemies may come through and you want to do damage beforehand. Not every time is the enemy team going to just go straight to the site and sit on Puka Balg or Aqua Balg or come up Cool Vibes. Sometimes they may want to come off of DJ booth. They may breach open VIP wall, pinch the site, push any roamers that are on this side of the map. You have 45 seconds of prep phase to put down all 5 traps. Use that time wisely to put your traps in places that people won't be suspecting and also places that you think people will be more likely to hit. You don't have to dedicate too many traps in one location. If you want to put one trap per doorway, totally fine. You can put 1 trap per doorway for 5 traps total. Or if you know of a particular spot, you can put down 2 traps, which can kill most operators. As you continue to play Kapkan, just realize his potential, his ability to turn any doorway, window, barricade into a death sentence.
Someone is tracking you.
So moving on to our attacking operators, the first attacking operator I would recommend beginners using is Jackal. Jackal is an extremely powerful 2-speed, 2 armor operator, a very easy to control C7E assault rifle with 31 bullets, manageable recoil, and access to a high zoom scope. His ability allows him to put on goggles that allow him to see footprints of defending operators. These footprints are footprints that the defending operators have left behind as they've traveled that area, and Jackal gets 3 scans, allowing him to scan said footprints and see where those operators are. Depending on how long ago those footprints were there is how many pings you actually get out of the operator. So those footprints were blue, meaning he had been there a long time ago, meaning I only get about 2 pings out of him for a maximum of 5 pings. So if we follow those footsteps upstairs, we will see more footprints. These ones are yellow, meaning that they were here not too long ago, and the brighter the color is, red being the darkest, meaning the longest pings. So if we ping a yellow, we get 1 ping, we get 2 pings, and 3 pings. Now, when you see footprints, don't feel like you absolutely have to scan those footprints to find out where the people are. You can use your goggles to follow said footprints, and as they get warmer and warmer, you know you'll be closer and closer. Jackal is extremely strong for helping your teammates out. It's good to pick off those roamers that may be in an area that you don't necessarily know. Jackal is also extremely good at helping you as a new player learn the parts of the map where the enemy tends to hide. For instance, on Clubhouse, the top floor lodging is a perfect place to contest the hatch drop, and if they have a hole in the floor, they can also contest the entry into kitchen to try and get the kitchen hatch. Jackal is just very good at locating those roaming operators and helping you get a sense of how the map is laid out, where people are tending to play on certain maps, and also helps you figure out how to approach attacking different sides of the map depending on the bomb site's opponent's active, and he has some great tools to do so. He has the ability to cut off roams, cut off rotates, find where people are, help you find where other people may be hiding, and that skill translates to your other operators. If you're playing other operators than Jackal, then instead of scanning for footprints, you know, hey, there might be someone up here in 2nd floor lodging. So I'm on red stairs. Let me just check to make sure. Say I'm playing someone like Sledge. I throw my drone out. I'm droning around. I know that there could be someone 2nd floor lodging. Now I just use my drone to drone them out. Oh, they're there. I'll run my drone back. I know they're there. I can go upstairs, yada yada. I might see some footprints. I can scan them if I want to start taking the fight, or else just boop. Dead.
Neutralized.
Jackal is very good at helping players learn the layouts of the map, learn hiding spots of certain operators or just players in general, and to take caution when attacking said spots. Keep in mind, Jackal is very, very commonly banned in ranked gameplay due to the strength of an operator. Nobody wants to be roaming on the other side of the map, and just because 20 seconds ago they were trying to cross through bathroom, a Jackal finds their footprints, scans their footprints, and then you on the other side of the map trying to kill someone, get Jackal
Bomb
pinged.
location secure.
Nobody likes that. So due to that, Jackal is very often banned in ranked gameplay. Try not to rely on Jackal too much. Try to move to different operators, but if you're looking for a good, solid starting point in quick play or standard, Jackal is your go-to man. So as I lurk on the Siege Academy subreddit, I tend to see one thing that new players always tend to say, and that is every time I go to fight, I get instantly headshot. How can I avoid that? One thing is better positioning. knowing when to take your fights, knowing where people are, droning them out, aim, just having a good sense of aim and being able to delete players before they delete you. That sort of stuff comes with time, effort, and skill and experience with the game in and of itself. There is a shortcut. A lot of people don't like this. Learn how to win gunfights with this one simple trick. Siege players hate this man. It's Blackbeard. Blackbeard, as weak as he may be in his current state, is the one and only operator who can not get headshot within the first bullet as long as he has his shield up. Other than, shield operators and stuff, but he can shoot back. Blackbeard gets these 2 plexiglass rifle shields that he attaches to the top of his Scar L, which has decent fire rate, it's got decent recoil control, it's got magnified scopes, it's a decent gun. It's not the best gun in the game, it is not the worst gun in the game. These plexiglass rifle shields allow for 1 or 2 bullets to be stopped, which 9 times out of 10 is covering his head. Blackbeard excels in taking gunfights without getting headshot first. Blackbeard also excels in hanging off of windows. Because you have your rifle shield on your gun, you're going to have your face protected. You're not going to get headshot as easy. Blackbeard excels on rappelling on windows, whether it be upside down or forward facing, popping open a window and then just sitting on it, looking at sight. This guy has no idea. This guy, fried. If there's someone here, fried. Someone here, fried. And a lot of the times, especially if you're upside down, you're going to win that gunfight depending on your aim, depending on the gun they're using, depending on how much damage it does, etc., etc. Of course, there are caveats. One thing to keep in mind, Blackbeard is a crutch. Hands down. Cannot stress that enough. Blackbeard is a crutch. Blackbeard is here to help you learn the game without getting immediately headshot. Blackbeard brings almost nothing to the team in terms of support. He is only there to get kills or lock down windows. So for instance, you're in a post-plant situation, the bomb is planted, you don't have to stay in the bomb site. You have the luxury to hop out of the window, get on rappel instead, and just sit there and wait for him to swing, try to defuse, and then dead. If he tries to shoot back, you've got up to 2 bullets where you don't even get hit from because of the rifle shield protecting you. Extremely helpful for post-plant situations. Very good at hanging off windows, locking down rotate holes. However, keep in mind, Blackbeard is not invincible. This plexiglass face shield can break, and now he is dead. Blackbeard is good at surviving. He brings nothing to the table for his team in terms of gadgets and intel. He is only there to get frags. This is your crutch to lean on as you learn the game, learn to headshot people, learn to take gunfights better. Do not rely too heavily on his rifle shield. He also has the semi-automatic SR DMR that does decent damage and is relatively fast at firing. Blackbeard also has an option in secondary gadgets with a frag grenade, which can be very helpful at removing enemies from corners. If you're sitting here and you know that someone's sitting in this corner here, you can just sort of chuck a frag grenade there. He's gonna run away from it, doesn't want to kill. You shoot him as he crosses. Blackbeard also has options in flashbangs that can do essentially the same thing. Flashbangs and frag grenades are 2 of the best secondary gadgets in the game currently. Extremely important and good at flushing enemies out of corners, helping you to peek or helping you to remove the advantage that the defenders already have. This game in and of itself is a relatively defender-sided game. No matter the site, no matter the map, the attackers have to come to the defenders, and that gives the defenders a lot of power. Blackbeard is here to help even the playing field, even if a little bit, by removing that one-shot headshot ability from the game, even if it's only temporary. Blackbeard does get 2 rifle shields, so even if one is destroyed, you can still have another. Again, I cannot stress enough, Blackbeard is a crutch. His main goal is to help you from getting headshot and apply pressure from windows, from hallways, from peak angles without getting completely destroyed in one shot. As soon as you get a hang of knowing where to attack, how to take gunfights, positioning, droning out people, use a different operator. Blackbeard is a very good base of where you can start in order to learn how to take gunfights, not get headshot, not get immediately fried. Lots of people hate Blackbeard because of how weak he is or how strong he is. His kit is simple, his guns are decent, and there's not a whole lot of thinking that you have to do with Blackbeard. I highly encourage you start playing with Blackbeard if you're having issues taking gunfights, getting headshot immediately. Use him to begin with, learn how the game works, learn how to take gunfights properly, and also once you've gotten to that point, then you can try different operators that bring more to the team, like Dokkaebi, hard breachers, even shields. If you still want to have that piece of protection, you can start picking up shields like Blitz or Monty and help out your team that way. Another good rule of thumb with any sort of operator that you play, if you have the option for a secondary shotgun, meaning your pistol can be replaced with a shotgun, the ITAS, the Bailiff, the Super Shorty, any of those three, choose it. You don't have to use it as a weapon to get kills with. Think of it as a third piece of utility. This shotgun is extremely good at making holes. If you want to get through a soft wall, you just blow it open and walk through. If you're upstairs and you want to drop downstairs quickly without going on the stairs, you can breach open a hatch. And Jackal is one of those operators with a secondary shotgun, making him extremely powerful in that as well. As you start to play Siege and learn the game more and more, kill cams are extremely important. When you die, don't just skip the kill cam. Don't just be like, oh, yep, I died, don't need to watch that. The kill cam can provide an extremely powerful piece of knowledge to you, especially if you don't know how you died. If you got killed because you're walking down this hallway or something and you get shot by someone on this window, sure, maybe you know because you're walking down the hallway and got shot by this person. You already know how you died. You don't really need to watch the kill cam. But if you're hiding under like this table and you just get fried from the window because someone just walked in here and shot you, watch the kill cam. How did they know you were there? Maybe they pinged you. Maybe they had a drone on you. Now that you know that someone is inside of stock, you can also see in the kill cam, maybe they had another teammate with them. Maybe you could see the drone in the kill cam. If you're attacking and you get killed by a defender, the kill cam can help you see, certain site setups. If they've got to rotate into janitor, if they've got a prox alarm on marble, stuff like that. You can see what operators they have so you can let your teammates know. Hey, they've got a drone in stock, or hey, they've got a dock over on Banana Window by the Ozami. Another super important point of kill cams is if you don't know how you got killed, or if someone kills you like this, oh, they broke up the window, they're spawn peeking, there's a Dokkaebi, I shoot her. Since I watched that kill cam, I now understand how I died. Now that I understand how I died, I can understand to check for something like that. Again, the next time I spawn jewelry on bank, I'm gonna say, hey, I got killed by a spawn peek in this window. Let me check it real quick. Someone's there. Oh, bang, dead. And now that I know how I died and how I can counter that, I can now use that trick against someone else. Now I know that this is a place that you can get a kill from. I'm gonna try it, do it a couple times, find some success. Sometimes I die because other people know about this. Siege is a game of learning from your enemies, learning from your teammates, and using those tips, tricks, strategies, spawn peeks, punch holes, site setups, everything of the sort to your advantage, because you will only grow and grow in this game. You will only learn how to play this game more and more. And as your arsenal of tips, tricks, strategies, site setups grow, you can then use that knowledge in every single game that you play to increase your odds of winning and to get more kills and be a helpful, useful teammate. So today we explored some of the tips and tricks you can use and learn if you are starting out playing Rainbow Six Siege in 2024. I hope you guys all enjoyed Please leave a like if you enjoyed. Let me know what you want to see. Let me know of your thoughts, if you have any questions, anything of the sort. I've got about 3K hours in Rainbow Six Siege. I have been playing since 2018, and this game has been a huge part of my life, and I just want to spread the knowledge and the love for this game because it is an extremely good game. It may have an extremely high skill ceiling, but any point anyone can jump into the game and start playing. It's got bare bone basics with an exceptionally high skill ceiling. I hope you guys all enjoyed. Let me know what you want to see. Tell me how I can improve my content. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns about the video, or if you're still having troubles getting into Siege. Also, check out my socials, my Twitch channel, my Twitter, my TikTok, my Discord. All of those, feel free to join those if you would like. I can help you there if you have any questions. Please do subscribe if you enjoyed. Helps me out greatly. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys on the flippity flip.